Anong ganap? 'Di ba kahapon pinag-usapan natin na spaghetting pababa na yung ano, yung, trust and performance rating ni Sara Duterte. Eh, ngayon nag-explain na, nagpaliwanag na si Okta doon sa kung bakit may gano'n. Ang problema kasi dito sa mga survey companies na 'to lalo na si Okta ay hindi naman si Okta. Si Okta mahilig magpa-media 'yan, eh. Si ano naman Publicus siyempre yung may-ari si Malutiquilla, eh, nasa media na 'yun. So, yung kung ano man yung numero ng Publicus, eh, madali niyang mapapaliwanag. Pero yung sa iba like si SWS, si Pulse Asia, yung iba hindi na napapaliwanag yung detalye nung mga numero. So, this time si Okta ay nagpa-interview na at, pinaliwanag niya kung bakit bumagsak ng double digit. Oo, bumagsak ng double digit ang, numero ni VP Sara. At ito daw mga kotsero ay dahil sa pamumulitikan nila. Yun ang sinabi. Yun ang sinabi. Nakakatawa nga yung sinabi, eh, panoorin lang natin. Medyo mahaba lang, 13 minutes. So, shoutout muna sa mga kaibigan natin sa Sendwave. Kung kayo po ay nasa US, UK, Canada, Italy, France, Spain, Ireland, and Belgium, ay pwede po ay magpadala ng inyong mga remittances sa Pilipinas gamit po ang Sendwave. Ang gagawin nyo lang ay download ang inyong Sendwave app, gawa kayo ng account, ilagay nyo yung bank account details nyo. At pwede na magpadala sa GCash, sa mga pawn shops at iba't ibang mga bangko sa Pilipinas. At kapag ginamit nyo pa ang promo code sa inyo pong unang padala, ay makakuha kayo ng karagdagan $20 free credit. Kaya gamitin na si Sendwave for all of your remittance needs. Ito yung paliwanag ni Okta sa pagbaba ng numero ni Sara Duterte.
Good to have you, sir. Sir, of course, Okta's numbers release notable declines in the numbers of both the president and the vice president. Kapag kasi we're trying to divine kung anong ibig sabihin at anong possible reasons for the decline, and we've heard several possibilities from Professor Guido. But now let's ask you as the political animal in in Okta. Ano nakikita niyo, sir?
We're all political animals, by the way.
Yes, sir.
Based on the Greeks, no?
Oh, yeah. That's true.
I think. But let's clarify the image, lang, no? Everybody declined in the survey. I think it's fairly consistent with all the other surveys coming out. Except that some people declined nominally and some declined significantly. And a 5-point decline in anybody's quarterly surveys is considered significant by Okta standards. So in this particular survey, the big decliners are the president, but the biggest is, I think, with the vice president. And we're also
13%.
A bit surprised, no? Because if you look at the last 3 months, no? If you look at the whole quarter, it's been a quarter not just of economic, hardship for most Filipinos, no, because of inflation and continuing problems with access to food. But it's also been the country's been in a what some people would say political crisis, some say civil war. There was a extended, a boxing match between two elite families. It seems after the boxing match, the impact is seen in the surveys. I think for the most part, the president's decline is really because of the economic situation. His massive decline in Mindanao also mirrors the data we showed 2 weeks ago about hunger and poverty, which on the whole in the country seems to be on a improving trajectory, very nominal improvement, no? But when you go regionally in Mindanao, where the president's numbers suffered a lot, self-rated poverty is what? 7 out of 10? That's incredible number. 7 out of 10. That's 70% of all those who were surveyed in Mindanao are saying they are poorer now this quarter than the fourth quarter of 2023.
Ayun yung mga kotsero, may problema ako dyan sa self-rated survey sa ganyan. Self-rated, ibig sabihin mga kotsero, sa pananaw mo, sa opinion mo, kaya nga self-rated eh. So, alam nyo naman mga Pilipino, mga kotsero, tayo mga Pilipino, we're very melodramatic. Kaya hindi ako masyadong naniniwala sa mga self-rated na surveys. Tulad nito, self-rated hunger and poverty. Una, ang mga Pilipino are very modest by nature. Ayaw natin nung nagfe-flex masyado. Ngayon lang naman nauso yung flex eh. And even kapag nagfe-flex, ano pa yun eh, hindi pa yung obvious na flex talaga. Minsan parang parinig lang or pahapyaw lang, di ba? Magpo-post ka ng picture na sasakay ka ng eroplano, ganun lang. Tapos, #blessed, ganun. Ganun lang tayo mga Pilipino. We're very modest eh. We're not a culture na mapagyabang. Also, ang mga Pilipino would always portray themselves as, siguro kasama na rin yun ng part ng kultura natin ng modesty. We would always rate ourselves as quote-unquote poorer than we actually are. Kaya may ibig kong sabihin, na halimbawa ganito, siguro yung mga halimbawa may bago kang telepono. Halimbawa. Baka may bago kang cellphone, sabihin, uy, wow, may naka S24, naka S23 siya, oh, mahal-mahal niyan, ganyan. Sabihin mo, usually ang response ng mga tao, ordinary Filipinos, sabihin nila, ay, hindi, sakto lang to. Ganon. Tapos, or baba, joke mo, uy, bagong kotse, yumayaman tayo sabihin nung kausap mo, hindi, ano lang, sapat lang. Ganon. At kapag ang tinanong mo ganito, nagutom ka ba in the past 3 months? Meron bang panahon o pagkakataon na ikaw ay nagutom sa nakaraang 3 buwan? Malamang sa malamang, ano ang sasagot ng Pilipino? Ay, oo, nagutom ako. Kaya ako hindi ako masyadong yung self-rated poverty, yung self-rated. Hindi ako masyadong naniniwala diyan kapag self-rated. Kasi madaling depende sa tanong 'yan eh. 'Di ba? Paano pag yung tanong, nakaranas ka ba sa nakaraang 3 buwan, nakaranas ka ba ng gutom nang wala sa plano? Nagkaroon ba ng pagkakataon na nagutom ka dahil wala kang pera pambili ng pagkain? Masyadong subjective kasi yung tanong. Paano kapag nagutom ka dahil irresponsible ka sa paggamit mo ng pera? 'Di ba? Nangyayari 'yan sa common na Pilipino. Halimbawa, kapag tayo naalala ko nung pandemic, 'di ba namigay ng ayuda? Anong ginawa nung ibang mga nasa 4-piece? Sa 4-piece lang naman yung ayuda eh. Hindi naman sa lahat yun eh. Ako hindi ako nakakuha ng ayuda eh. Sa 4-piece lang yon karamihan. Anong ginawa nung ibang nasa 4-piece? Pinangpariban, pinangsugal, pinang-online sabong, droga. Diba? Dapat kasi mga kotsero, nung tinanong kung ikaw ba ay nagutom nang hindi mo pinlano for the past 3 months, may yun eh, may kasunod dapat yun. Bakit? Bakit ganyan yung nangyari? Bakit ka nagutom? Anong ginawa mo sa pera mo? Alam niyo mga kotsero, eto sa sinabi ni Secretary Gadon, partly naniniwala ako doon. Partly. Kasi ganun eh, karamihan naman nagrereklamo na nagugutom sila, nagugutom sila or mahirap sila kasi hindi nila kayang i-manage yung pera nila. At kung hindi mo kayang i-manage yung pera mo, kahit gaano kalaki ang pumapasok sa yung pera, magugutom at magugutom ka. It's the nature of money. You spend it, you lose it. Yung sinabi kung i-connect mo yung pagbagsak ng survey, numbers sa survey ni PBBM sa Mindanao ay dahil dun sa self-rated poverty. Parang hindi ako maniniwala. Bakit? Kasi according to the surveys din, si Mindanao ang may pinakamababang hunger incidence.
These are bad numbers. So that's reflective of what you're seeing with the president. He had a 6% decline in trust and approval ratings. But what surprised us was the double-digit decline of the vice president, where we saw massive regional declines in
Visayas.
both performance in Visayas and Balas Luzon.
Prof?
So ano yun? To what do you attribute yung kay Vice President? Kasi medyo pababa na yung mga banat sa kanya nung kabila eh.
Yeah,
And people know naman na she's not directly in charge of the government.
Pababa na ba yung mga banat kay Sara? Mukhang hindi yata. Mukhang ngayon pa lang nagkakaroon ng movement against Sara Duterte. Hindi ako agree na pababa na yung mga bira kay Sara. Ngayon pa lang nag-uumpisa. Kailan lang naman nagkaroon ng ng call for the resignation of VP Sara? Ngayon lang naman. 'Di ba mga last month? Last month lang naman. Ngayon pa lang nag-uumpisa. Hindi pa pababa. Ang pababa yung propaganda nung kabila. Yung sa mga Duterte, yung Marcos resign nila, yung hakbang ng maisog, yun yung pa-decline. Bakit? Meron na bang na-schedule na bago? Wala pa, di ba? Unusual yan. Bakit? Dapat every month nila yan eh. Di ba meron pa nga silang plano every 2 weeks daw. Yun yung pa-wind down na. Pa-wind down na yung pa-wind down na yung sa tama ba to? Yung sa hakbang ng maisog. Mahirap i-sustain. Alam nyo mga kotsero, etong mga to, yung mga nagrarally ng hakbang ng maisog, one thing you should know is this. Mahirap i-sustain ang galit. Sino ba naman tao ang gusto magalit araw-araw? Walang ganun. Walang ganun. Hirap i-sustain ang galit ha. Tapos gagawin yung 6 na taon? How? Si Maharlo ka galit everyday. Ganun yata talaga pag nawawala ng asawa. Ganun yata talaga pag nawawala ng asawa. But anyway, so ayun. So ako hindi ako naniniwala na pa-decline na yung mga birada kay Sara. I would argue that the opposite. I would argue na ngayon pa lang nag-uumpisa yung call kay Sara.
Reaction ba yun sa tatay niya, sa mga kapatid niya?
I think to a great extent, it's a confluence of many factors. No, I think the most significant would be the political infighting within the unit.
Yes.
Whose apex was, January, February, and towards the early part of March. And I guess maybe the survey, so much of that conflict was already, beyond its apex already, going down. So we see that, the last, in terms of the big loss in survey numbers, I think it kung baga sa suntukan, parang medyo
nabugbog.
Ito sa round na to, panalo yung may natalo more than others.
So sa suntukan na to, sa hakbang ng maisog, ang natalo si Sara. Sila na nga yung aggressor, sila pa yung natalo. Kakapolitika kasi ng mga Duterte, ni Baste, ni Digong, kakapolitika nyo, ayan, ang nagsasuffer si Sara. Sigurado ako panic mode ng ngayon, yung partido ni Sara. Expect na maglalabas ng survey ang mga DDS. Expect nyo may lalabas silang survey sa in the next few days para ma-offset to. Kasi kailangan ni offset to eh. Hindi pwedeng pangit ang PR. Kailangan maganda ang PR kay Sara. Kasi may 4 na taon pa silang bubunuin.
I mean, directed ba yung sa kanya directly or parang na-pull down siya ng tatay niya at mga kapatid?
It's speculation on our part, but from taking my hat off as a Okta, fellow political scientist, I think to a great extent, it's the political noise that has ensued.
Yes.
And the political noise in January, February, and March was the noisiest we've seen in recent years.
Ang iingay nyo! Mga DDS, puro ingay lang! Ganon, mga kotsero. Maingay lang kayo.
I've never seen families, two prominent families, what the call is bardagulan, no? And when you social media, maybe Ronald can talk more about this. Grabe yung durugan o bardagulan sa social media.
Totoo yan.
And I think it took its toll because I can't see that it's because of any programmatic policy initiative.
Yes.
Then because the DepEd is the most trusted and best performing government agency this quarter.
Yes.
Again, take note, mga kotsero. Self-rated yan. Or self-rated. That is the opinion pala, not self-rated. It's the opinion of the people who took the survey. It's the opinion of the people who took that survey. Opinion lamang yan ng mga tao na nag-survey. Nagsagot pala ng survey. Doon sa most trusted tsaka high best performing agency, ang DepEd. Ano lang yan? Opinion lang yan ng mga taong nag-survey. Baka lang naman ha, baka nalilito ang taong bayan sa kung saan nag-uumpisa si Sara at saan nag-uumpisa ang DepEd. Kasi mga kotsero, I'm pretty sure kapag yung mga teachers ang sinurvey nyo, iba ang labas. Kapag yung mga teachers, yung mga taong involved mismo sa loob ng DepEd, I'm pretty sure, iba ang sasabihin nila. Kapag uupuan mo sila at i-ensure mo sila na hindi makakarating kay DepEd ang pangalan mo, hindi makakarating kay Sara, etc. etc. Maski boss mo, hindi malalaman kung ano yung sinabi mo. Malamang sa malamang, maano si Sara. Bababa ang Siyempre tayo, hindi naman natin alam ang sistema ng DepEd. So sa atin, iisipin na lang natin, sino ba ang sekretary ng DepEd? Si Sara. Oy, gusto ko si Sara. O di go. Best performing na yan. Gusto ko si Sara eh. Ganon. Binalangkas natin lahat ng mga nag-viral niya na projects and activities. May na-accomplish ba doon? Wala. Puro activities lang. Wala siyang accomplishment as a DepEd secretary. Maliban sa umpisahan yung klase at tapusin ang klase. That's it. Ngayon, ang magiging next accomplishment niya, i-move ang klase from August to what do you call this? June, July break to April, May break. Yun naman kanya magiging next na na accomplishment. For sure. Pinayagan na ni PBBM eh. By the way, maaga magsa-start ang school year. This year. July 29 daw ang sinabi. Tapos matatapos ng April 29. Yun. Tapos yung susunod nun, mas maaga na ulit. Ang ganun. So, ang sinasurvey, pagdating, ako lang naman doon, iniisip ko lang, sana, magkaroon ng totoong pag-aaral sa satisfaction survey talaga sa loob mismo ng ahensya.
So to answer a question you raised with Guido a long time ago, people can divorce the head of the agency with the work of the agency, which is the work of the teachers.
Yes.
Again, it's political. Primarily, it could be other things also. Yeah.
Prof. Ranjit, bumaba by 6 percentage points. Sabi mo nga, si President Bongbong Marcos. Pero sabi nung isa kong kakilala na expert din sa survey, ay kung 1,200 yung respondents, this is practically within the margin of error. So, medyo insignificant yung pagbaba ni Presidente.
Di naman. Actually, the margin of error for this at the national level is 3%. So, he's double that. So, this is significant nominally significant, no?
Sa numero
as
lang.
compared to, let's say, the Vice President who went down, let's say, for trust at 9%, no?
10%.
So, it is what it is. These are still very good numbers. So let me emphasize that 2/3 of the population, almost 7 out of 10 Filipinos trust and approve of the performance of both the President and the Vice President, despite all the challenges, despite all the political noise. And this, I think, is the important thing to emphasize here. There's been so much talk about destabilization. Nobody in their right mind will destabilize
Correct.
with these numbers. No, when you have
Exactly. No one in their right mind would destabilize with this kinds of numbers. Kaya nga tinatamaan si Sara eh. 7 out of 10 Filipinos gusto si PBBM. Imagine. Look at that. Trust rating ni PBBM. 7 out of 10. Eh kung quarter 4 pa nga ng 2023, pwede nating sabihing 8 out of 10. Sinong aanga-anga ang magpaplano ng destabilization? Meron si Digong. Aanga-anga. 7 out of 10 Filipinos. Who in their right mind? Eh, maski si si Dr. Rai eh. Yun ang sinabi. Who in their right minds would destabilize with this kind of number? 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Meron si Digong, si political genius, master strategist, art of war, chess master Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Siya ang gagawa ng destabilization. Anong resulta ng distab ni Digong? Minus 13% kay Sara Duterte. Minus 10% kay Sara Duterte. Mga kotsero, kakabira nyo kay BBM, tinatamaan din si Sara. Ay, wait lang. Parang ang pangit ng strategy. Diba? Kada baba ni PBBM, baba rin si Sara. Ang pangit ang strategy nyo, guys. Ang pangit ang strategy ni Digong. Suicide. Political suicide para din sa kanya. Anyway, tuloy natin.
this kind of support,
Yes.
the government and all the top officials. No?
Pero
But yes,
diba,
Ronald is right. There's a more significant decline, erosion in the numbers of VP Duterte once you look at the granular level.
yeah. Pero di ba, Prof, ang mahalaga kasi yung movement ng numbers, hindi
Yeah.
yung absolute numbers. So kung merong,
Yeah.
kung several
Downward trend.
surveys ay bumababa sila,
Correct.
ay di ba significant din yun? Pero yung isa kong
Yes,
tanong,
sir.
Prof,
Yeah.
bago mo sagutin yan, medyo mataas si Speaker Martin Romualdez, 61%.
Yeah, yeah. In our
Pero
surveys,
bumaba siya.
they're doing both the Senate President and the Speaker of the House. The former Senate President did very well. There was slight, almost nominal erosion for both of them this particular quarter, which also surprised us, no? Given the People's Initiative and all the the back and forth criticism on both houses, no? Something, maybe it's a timing of the survey. We took it end of March. A lot of things had been resolved by that then. In social media, in the news, much of the original noise that came out of the Duterte initiatives all over the country in terms of protests also fizzled out. So I guess we captured a sentiment at a particular time where it seemed to be clear somebody won the initial contest, the initial engagement, no? That's my own position on the issue.
O nga pala,
There could be
Prof,
Parang ang sakit na, no? Ang sakit marinig na umeffort ka na ng sobra-sobra pero kulang pa rin. Ang sakit marinig no? Di ba simula January hanggang, tama si Dr. Ranjit eh. Simula January hanggang March, sobrang talaga, bira talaga kung bira. Pero walang nangyari. Nadamay pa yung anak niya. Ang sakit naman nun. Ang sakit-sakit. So, ako mga kotsero, as far as Martin Romualdez is concerned and yung 61% niya, ako personally ma-attribute ko yan doon sa dahil halo effect, dahil nakikiride siya kay PBBM. But that is about it. Pag naglaban si Martin at Inday, sino worthy of support? Wala. Bakit kailangan ko ba suportahan pareho? O hindi na lang ako boboto. Seriously. I won't support I'll support neither of them. Wala.
very well. There was slight, almost nominal erosion for both of them. This particular
Tingnan natin
both
yun.
houses. In social media, in the news, much of the original noise that came out of the Duterte initiatives all over the country in terms of protests also fizzled out. So I guess we captured a sentiment at a particular time where it seemed to be clear somebody won the initial contest, the initial engagement. No, that's my own position on the issue.
Wala.
There could be some issues, no? Reasons, economic.
Yeah.
The president took a very popular stand on West Philippine Sea. You can see that with our other
70%
surveys.
yan.
7 out of 10 Filipinos support the government
Yes.
as far as its position on the West Philippine Sea, which became a very big issue towards February and March. No, so these are all speculations, but I feel that a big driver in her decline has been the politics that the Duterte family has taken.
Good luck.
And it's while she has been quiet, it's affecting her very badly.
O nga, Prof, kasi the
Well, isa pang
Vice
tanong,
President has tried
yeah.
to keep away from the yung bakbakan It's the father yung gumaratrat in the last 2 months but still we're seeing significant numbers going down. What does this tell us? She's not going to be shielded by her keeping quiet.
Wala na kasi Duterte
if her
magic.
father keeps on
Wala na
doing
yun.
Dagdag lang doon, Prof, medyo curious ako dahil sabi mo, March kayo gumawa ng fieldwork. Bakit ngayon lang lumabas yung survey?
Ito naman si Ronald Llamas. Ang ganda-ganda nung tanong. Inekis mo eh. Anak ka ng tipaklong. Ronald Llamas na lang. Makakasalita lang eh.
Okay. It's a good question. We had 2 surveys, national surveys in March. We had a big challenge. We had so many subscribers asking too many questions. So we decided, given the importance of our public service questions, that we would ask them in the second survey that we conducted towards the end of March. So that's what we did, and this is what we got. And so it's a significant finding. I don't think it's going to be permanent. No, these numbers will all change. But it is only the second time, to answer Ronald's question kay Professor Guido. We looked at the numbers. This is the second time, only the second time we saw this kind of erosion in her numbers that are quite dramatic. And dramatic also at the granular level, meaning at the regional level. She lost double digits also in Class D and E. This is her bailiwick, no? It's a big support. So there is a decline in the brand. The brand took a hit.
Yun. Wala nang Duterte magic.
And from an observer standpoint, even in social media, talagang dinurog sila, no? Over the last 2 months, no? I think they lost some momentum in social media, and I don't know who are supporting the vloggers, no? But there's an inordinate amount of pro-Marcos vloggers online.
Wow.
And maybe that also helped, no, in creating this kind of perception among. I think it was the politics in the case of the Vice President that was the key driver in moving her numbers down.
Alam niyo mga kotsero, sa akin yung sinabi na yun ni Dr. Ranjit is unfair. Para sa akin para sa akin. Ako lang naman yun. Ako lang yun. Kasi parang ang lumalabas ngayon is influence lang ng social media yung perception kay Sara. Parang ganun. Parang ganun yung nangyayari. Ako mga kotsero, hindi ako bumabangka diyan. Kung tutuusin nga mga kotsero, pagdating sa social media, ang lakas ng ng Duterte. Pagdating sa social media, marami siyang trolls eh. Imagine punta lang kayo sa YouTube. Ang daming trolls ng Duterte diyan. Yung mga yung mga walang muka, yung mga content creators na puro commentary pero walang muka. Tapos nandiyan pa yung mga yung mga perceived experts nila, yung mga abogado, yung mga IR experts, mga ekonomista, etc., etc. Nandiyan pa yung makinarya ng SMNI tsaka ng Kingdom of Jesus Christ. So kung sa social media is concerned, mas malakas ang ng social media ng ng Duterte Duterte admin. As far as that is concerned. I would attribute yung decline ni VP Sara hindi dahil sa mga vloggers. Kasi kung vloggers at vloggers din lang, maraming nagtatanggol kay Sara. At may mga titulo pa sila. Ang lakas pa nilang i-build up yung mga sarili nila. So this is not because of the vloggers. Yung mga pro-admin vloggers. No. I would attribute yung pagbaba ni Sara sa surveys hindi dahil sa social media, pero dahil nagigising na yung mga tao. Nagigising na yung taong bayan sa kabalbalan ng Duterte. Lalong-lalo na doon sa West Philippine Sea. Yun talaga yung sumira sa kanila yung West Philippine Sea. Yung posisyon nila sa West Philippine Sea. And mga kutsero, social media din ang bumuhay sa administrasyon ni Duterte. Whether you like it or not, whether you admit it or not, ang bumuhay sa administrasyon ni Digong, social media. The Filipinos now are smarter than before. Mas matalino na tayo ngayon. Mas matalino na ang Pilipino ngayon. Nakikita na ng Pilipino kung ano yung dapat na galawan ng isang taong nagsisilbi sa bansa. I would say na yung branding ng Duterte na yung Duterte Magic ba? O yun na lang, para yun na mas naiintindihan ng lahat. Yung Duterte Magic, nawawala na ng kinang. Nawawala na ng kintab. At lumalabas na akala natin ginto, isa palang tanso. Fake gold. Oo. Pansy. Yun pala siya. Before, na-sustain or na ipagpatuloy ng Duterte administration yung propaganda niya kasi karamihan ng mga nasa social media, lakas na sa social media At saka binulag talaga tayo noon, mga kotse. Binulag tayo gamit ang ating galit sa mga dilawan. Yun. Yun talaga yun. Yun ang strategy doon Dapat ang taong bayan magalit sa dilawan. Yun ang strategy doon. At wag nilang kokontrahin yan dahil meron akong kilala na DDS vlogger na nagsabi sa akin noon na yun ang strategy talaga. Wag nilang itatanggi yan. Wag nilang itatanggi yan. Ang strategy nun ni Digong ng kanyang communications team ng PCOO ni Martin Andanar gumawa ng kalaban na maliban kay Digong. Para ang galit ng tao hindi mapunta kay Digong. Mapunta doon sa kalaban. Sino ang ginawang kalaban? Yung mga dilaw at saka CPP, NPA, NDF. Yung isa doon, legit naman talagang kalaban. Si CPP, NPA, NDF. Kalaban talaga ng bansa yan. Yung isa, kalaban din naman yon yung mga dilawan. Pero paminsan-minsan, may mga tama naman siya. Paminsan-minsan. Tsaka hindi naman terorista lahat ng dilawan. Political ideology yun. Pero CPP, NPA, NDF, yung mga terorista talaga yun. But anyway, so yun. Huwag nila itatanggi yun. Sinabi nila sa akin. Narinig ko sa bumuka ang bibig niya at yun ang kanyang sinabi sa akin.
As far as the
Professor, yung decline, you think it's irreversible? We asked this kahapon sa mathematician niya, ayaw niya mag-project Ikaw, as a political scientist, seeing the developments, you think the decline, syempre, kung minsan mabagal yan, kung minsan mabilis, pero what do you think? Irreversible ba na yung decline?
No, I don't think it is. No, she had her numbers after if you remember that discussion on confidential funds, that was in the quarter of 2023. She declined significantly also then. There was much heat on her. I've never seen so much concerted effort to undermine her, and she wasn't able to respond very effectively. Her numbers show a decline. And then it went up in the fourth quarter. And then it goes down dramatically now. And the political context of her decline is probably the major driver, the major reason why her numbers suffered. Now, it's up to them, as a family, as their brand, It's declining in short. So it used to be, for almost 2 years, it was basically statistically stable. She's always ahead of the president. Yes. Now, they're just at par, In terms of performance, she's slightly ahead in trust. But you can see that it's a significant turning point, a tipping point as far as her numbers are concerned. So could this be a trend? We don't know. Could this be continuing erosion? If the politics of division continues to be their strategy, I think she'll really get hurt. No? She's going to become more and more politically irrelevant. And maybe there has to be a rethink about how to engage this particular administration.
Ang sad naman no? She'll be more politically irrelevant.
On the president's part, he has to continue to focus on the job that needs to be done. Mindanao is crying. 7 out of 10 Filipinos are saying they're poorer now there than in the last quarter. So I think they're listening to the data. The last few weeks, they've been going to Mindanao. Everybody's been going to Mindanao, no? And ramping up social development programs there, providing resources. If they are able to help Mindanao in this quarter, I think the numbers will improve for the president.
Okay. Sir, maraming salamat for joining.
Anyway, ang sakit no? Marinig na magpapatuloy yung political irrelevance niya. Pero alam niyo mga kotsero, ako projection lang naman. Hindi ako sure na mangyayari to. Ang tingin ko diyan, magpapatuloy yung decline. Pero hindi yung drastic na double digit every time. No. Siguro i-increase siya i-increase ng konti, tapos babagsak, increase ng konti, tapos babagsak. Ganon. Bakit? Kasi the cat is out of the bag, mga kakutsero. Hindi mo na mababalik yan eh. Nakilala na ng tao kung ano yung kulay ni Sarah. Hindi mo na mababalik yan. Sabi nga, di ba, may kasabihan, you cannot unring a bell. Dati kasi, pwede pang sabihin na may Duterte magic pa, ganyan-ganyan. Kasi, hindi pa nagpapakilala ng totoong kulay sila Duterte. Wala pa. Wala pang ganun. Ngayon, nakilala na ng tao. Nakilala na. So, ang projection ko dyan, bababa pa yan in the future. Pero hindi kasing drastic ng ngayon. Ngayon kasi sobrang drastic eh. Double digit agad eh. Ang laki. Okay, so mga kotsero, hanggang dito lang po muna tayo sa ating live stream today. Okay, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe sa ating Coachado YouTube channel. Sir Pascachi, shoutout po sa'yo. And I'll see all of you in our next live stream, guys. God bless you. See you next time. Bye. Huwag ganun. Huwag natin gawing tanga mga Pilipino. Mas maganda kasi nasa lugar ka ng tama kaysa yung pinipilit mo yung pagkakamali. Are they willing to go that far? Hindi makakalimutan ng Pilipino yan hanggat di nasasagot niya. Sino ngayon nagsasabi ng totoo?